This is a video lesson for Module 2, Lesson 2 and 3. For the Lesson 2 and 3 learning target, I've combined them together, and it reads, I can express metric mass and volume measurements in terms of a smaller unit and solve word problems involving metric mass and volume. So Lesson 2 covered everything dealing with metric mass, conversion, and addition and subtraction, and then Lesson 3 deals with the same measurement but with volume. So I combined these two lessons because we're going to be using very similar skills to solve problems with these different measurements, and so I figured it was easy enough to combine them together, and we can see how we can utilize the relationships between different measurements and utilize the same skills to solve some problems. So let's go ahead by jumping in and taking a look at the different units that we'll be using for this lesson. For mass, which you can kind of consider like weight, the units that we'll be focusing most on are kilograms, which we abbreviate with kg, and grams, which is our base unit for metric mass. So the relationship between kilograms and grams is that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. And because of that relationship, we know that 2 kilograms equals 2,000 grams, 3 kilograms equals 3,000 grams. We know that 4 kilograms equals 4,000 grams, and so on. We also know that if we had like 50 kilograms, we would have 50,000 grams. And if we had 100 kilograms, we'd have 100,000 grams. Now for volume, we have a little bit different measurements that we're going to be using, but we have a very similar relationship between the measurements. Now volume is the amount of space that something takes up. So you can think of like the amount of space that a water bottle fills up or that a plastic container fills up. You can usually find volume measurements on like soda cans or soda bottles or any drink bottle in particular. But for volume, we're going to be looking at the units of liters, which I'll abbreviate with L here, and milliliters. Now it's a little bit different because our base unit, like for mass, our base unit was grams. For volume, our base unit is liters. It doesn't have any prefix here before it. But the relationship between 1 liter and milliliters is actually the same as kilograms to grams, in that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. And what this allows us to do is to create a relationship table here showing that we can figure out how many milliliters we have if we are given a specific amount of liters. So I just used the same numbers as our mass table over here. We find that we have the same relationship between liters and milliliters as we do between kilograms and grams. So using those relationships, we're able to easily convert mixed units into single unit measurements that are represented in the smaller unit. So we have 2 mixed unit measurements here. I'm going to start with the measurement for mass right here. We have a mixed unit measurement because we have kilograms, which is the larger unit, and grams, which is the smaller. So to convert this, we want to convert this just to a measurement that's represented only in grams. So my answer is going to be just in grams. I'm going to first convert my kilograms into grams. And I know that 12 kilograms is equal to 12,000 grams. Then I'm going to add my remaining grams to that total. And I'm going to get a total of 12,372. Same thing over here with volume. I'm going to look at the measurement, and I have a mixed measurement here with my larger unit liters and my smaller unit milliliters. And I'm going to want my conversion written just in milliliters. So I'm going to convert 318 liters to 318,000 milliliters. Then I'm going to add that 17 milliliters to that, and I'm going to get 318,017 milliliters as my answer. Write that a little bit closer. So you might have noticed that in our measurements here, the kilograms, the amount that was represented in kilograms, becomes our thousandths place. And it was the same with our liters. The 318 liters becomes the 318,000 milliliters. So pretty clear connection here with our unit conversion and our place value work that we've been doing previously. So continuing on with this idea of converting different measurements here, we can use that relationship between the different measurements to add and subtract mixed unit measurements as well. So here I have a mixed unit measurement with mass, so I have 25 kilograms and 537 grams, and I'm going to add that to 5 kilograms, 723 grams. So the strategy that I'm going to be showing is I'm going to convert both of these measurements so that they're represented just in grams first. So the first number here is 25,537 grams, and the second number would be 5,723 grams. Now that I've converted them both to grams, I'm just going to add it like a regular standard algorithm problem for addition. Oops. Got to make sure I actually add it correctly. There we go. And so I get my final answer of 31,260 grams. Or if I wanted to convert that back to a mixed measurement, I could say that I have 31 kilograms and 260 grams. So either way to represent that answer is correct. We can use a similar process here when we're doing subtraction. In this situation here, I have a subtraction problem involving mixed unit volume measurement. So I have 12 liters and 215 milliliters, and I'm subtracting 8 liters and 600 milliliters. So I'm going to use that same process of converting both of the measurements so that they're represented in milliliters. So the first measurement right here is 12,215 milliliters, and the second one is 8,600 milliliters. And after I've converted them both, I can simply subtract using a regular standard algorithm. I've got to make sure I write the right symbol here, though. I'm subtracting, not adding. So I can subtract using the regular standard algorithm for subtraction. So I'm going to go ahead and do that pretty quickly here. And I get my answer of 3,615 milliliters. Or if I wanted to rewrite this as a mixed unit, 3 liters and 615 milliliters. So that does it for the work with lesson 2 and 3 of the module 2. So you should be feeling pretty comfortable with this idea of converting different measurements and adding and subtracting mixed measurements. But if you need a refresher on anything, please feel free to come back and rewatch this video, or also our video for module 2 lesson 1, which covers the same skills that we did in this video as well. So good luck with your problem sets, and thanks for watching.